All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a really powerful modern fable called The Leader Who Had No Title. It's this incredible story about how anyone, and I mean anyone, can become a leader, no matter where you are. So, let's get into it. You know, the story kicks off with this really chilling thought. What if you get to the very end, and that amazing, unique song that only you could sing is still stuck inside you? This is the fear that's kind of haunting our main character, Blake Davis, a guy who feels like his own music has just gone silent. So who is Blake? Well, he's a war veteran. But here's the thing. His battles didn't just end on the battlefield. When he came home, he felt like society had basically forgotten him, and his life was just completely adrift. So feeling totally lost, he just kind of gives up. He falls into this rut, working a dead-end job in a bookstore in Soho, and he's got this super negative attitude, zero sense of purpose. He's just there. And I mean, it gets bad. His performance is so terrible, his attitude so sour that he's constantly in trouble. His job is hanging on by a thread, and honestly, so is the rest of his life. And then, just when things seem like they can't get any worse, everything changes. This eccentric, kind of messy, but strangely charismatic guy shows up in the bookstore and drops this line on him. This is Tommy Flynn, and he is about to completely shatter Blake's reality. And this, right here, this is the fundamental difference between them. Where Blake just sees this pointless, dead-end job, Tommy sees a chance to lead. It turns out Tommy was a friend of Blake's dad, and he starts talking about this mysterious philosophy he calls LWT. He promises it can turn Blake's work and his whole life around.
So Tommy sets up this meeting. And get this, it's in a cemetery at the crack of dawn. Super dramatic, right? And it's there he finally spills the beans. LWT, it stands for Lead Without a Title. And the idea is so simple, but so powerful. You don't need a position. You don't need a fancy title to be a leader. Leadership is a choice you can make every single day.
And to really hammer this idea home, Tommy shows Blake the stone tablet he finds in a symbolic grave. And on it, a list of the biggest human regrets. It's this incredibly stark moment that just forces Blake to look in the mirror and ask himself, is this the legacy I want to leave behind? This is it. This is the moment everything pivots. Not just for Blake, right? But for any of us who've ever felt stuck. It's a huge call to action that says, hey, stop blaming everything around you and start taking ownership of your own life. Okay, so philosophy is great, but how does it work in the real world? Well, Tommy introduces Blake to his first teacher, a hotel housekeeper named Anna. And her whole attitude is just, wow. She tells him, what society thinks is of no interest to me. I know the value of my work. She doesn't see herself as just a housekeeper. Nope. She sees her work as her craft. See, Anna gets it. She explains that real leadership has nothing to do with a fancy title. It's about using the powers you already have, the ones you were born with. The power to just show up and give it your all. The power to inspire people just by your example. The power to make things better even when they're tough. And the power to just be a good human and treat people with respect. You don't need anyone's permission for that. And then she hits him with this challenge. She calls it the BIW mindset. It stands for best in world. And the idea is just aim for mastery, right here, right now, in whatever you're doing. Ask yourself constantly, what would the absolute best in the world be doing at this very moment? You see the difference? This is what it's all about. Anna is teaching Blake to stop thinking of his work as just a job, something you do for a paycheck, and start seeing it as a craft, something you perfect for pride, an opportunity every single day to be a genius at what you do. So Blake's got these new tools, this new mindset, but there's still a piece missing, right? There's a deeper question, where does leadership really start? And for that answer, he meets another mentor, a massage therapist named Jet, who ties it all together. And this is the big reveal, the absolute core of the whole philosophy. To be a great leader, you have to first become a great person. Jet makes it so clear. Leadership isn't really an outside thing you do. It's an inside job. It starts with you. I mean, think about it like this. Greatness isn't something that just happens on the outside. It's an inner game first. Before you can ever hope to influence the world around you, you've got to get a handle on the world inside you. Your thoughts, your character, the whole shebang. Jet puts it perfectly with this quote. It means that what you see out in the world is really just a mirror of what's going on inside you. So if you want to be a leader, your first job is to work on yourself, to clean the lens you're looking through. So let's wrap this all up. What's the big idea here? The whole lead without a title philosophy, it's a total game changer. It reminds us that leadership isn't some position you wait for. It's a choice you make every day. It's realizing you already have the power to inspire people. It's knowing that even the smallest things you do are building your legacy. And most important of all, to lead anyone else, you have got to lead yourself first.
And the story doesn't just end there. It finishes with a question, a challenge, aimed directly at you. It's a reminder that you were born with greatness inside you. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do today to let it out?